Hi everyone, my name's Britton Klein, Ad Sales Manager, and welcome to this week's edition of Marketing Minutes by Scuba Diving Industry Magazine.
And I'm William Klein, publisher, and thanks for watching this new series. If you're a dive company out there, a resort, liveaboard, you'd like to get on our show, reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you. So Britton, who do we have with us today?
Today, our guests are Iked Etpison, Vice President of Neco Marine in Palau, and our very own Gil Zeimer.
Zeimer, close
Zeimer,
enough, yeah.
Sorry, I knew it. But Iked, Gil, welcome to the show.
Hi, guys.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Well, thanks for being here, and Gil, thank you for putting this connection together. You're recently diving with Ike's operations, so it's going to be interesting to have your perspective. So I can't wait to dive in today's show.
Yeah, it's going to make for a pretty great show. But Iked, your facility features a modern air-conditioned shop, clean, free Nitrox, ample gear storage, high-performance dive boats equipped with safety essentials, plus photo support features as well. How can agents and retailers position these top-tier operational assets to really emphasize reliability, comfort, and how has that maybe helped increase client retention and maybe positive reviews as well?
Thank you for asking that question. I feel like there's not too many places in Palau where you can find sort of a one-stop shop.
Totally.
Where you have one place where we have the beautiful marina, lots of storage space. Like you said, we have our own in-house compressor. We do Nitrox. We don't charge extra for our customers for Nitrox.
That's cool.
That's pretty awesome.
We have our own transportation. So we have buses, we have vans. So for all of our customers, they can get transported anywhere they like to while they're on island. We have our own swimming pool, which I think we're the only dive shop on island that has a swimming pool specifically for scuba diving, which, for open water courses can make courses run pretty smoothly.
Yeah, totally. Very helpful.
And another thing we have is the one of the most popular restaurants in town. So after your dives, you can chill out at the marina, get some local beer and get some fresh fish. And every night we have live music. So I think the whole atmosphere, aside from being a high quality facility, it also welcomes people to feel at home when they're here in Palau and to have a place to sort of chill out and after a dive and have a good time. We do take care of all of our boats. We actually build all of our boats since our sister company is Neco Yamaha. So we're the Yamaha dealership on island. So we install all of the Yamaha engines for every boat on island. And we build a lot of the boats that other tour operators as well as ourselves are using for tours. So for sure that we're setting the standard because we're building the boats for people. And if there's ever a problem on our boat, our staff are the people to fix it. Absolutely. So that we're very lucky in that respect. And yeah, I guess when people come out and they dive with us, they can feel that quality when they're with us.
Totally.
That's
so
amazing.
Cool.
That's very cool. So we're watching this beautiful imagery that's playing. And we're going to continue to watch these videos and some other stuff as we continue. But, Gil spoke so highly about his experience with your operation. Plus, you received such high praise from divers for exceptional service, knowledgeable guides, organized operations, unique sites like Jellyfish Lake and Milky Way Beach. How can travel sellers highlight these personalized service strengths to differentiate Palau packages in such a competitive market that we are all in, especially when customer testimonials can drive bookings and booking conversions?
Yeah.
And feel free to chime in too, Gil.
Sure.
Well, I think what sets us apart is we're a very flexible operation. So whether you're a beginner, an advanced diver, or a professional photographer, you can find something here in Palau for you, especially diving with us at Neco Marine. We've been doing business for 40 years now in Palau. I'm only 31 years old. The business was established in 1984 by my grandfather, so I'm third generation now.
That's very cool.
And so it's a lot of knowledge that's been passed down generationally. I'm actually one of the youngest staff members on our team. So, everybody on our team is very experienced. I've been diving for 20 years in Palau, and I'm the youngest. So, when you're diving with us, our team really has the know-how when it comes to timing, when it comes to the dive sites, the currents, and what's safe for people to do while they're here, but also what's exciting. We also host spawning events. So we have the Moorish idol spawning, the humphead parrotfish spawning, as well as the red snapper spawning, where these fish come only to Palau in mass aggregations to spawn specific times of the year and specific moons. So it won't happen all the time, but when it happens, it's spectacular, and it happens only in Palau. We have special things like what you can see in the video that's playing with the tiger shark eating the manta, because we have such rich life. Anytime anything unexpectedly dies in the water, it's likely you'll see a tiger shark come and start cleaning up the carcasses, which obviously doesn't happen every day, but it happens in Palau. So if you take a shot and you come diving in Palau, you can experience something crazy like that you don't see in other places.
Incredible.
Wow. That's
cool.
amazing. We're mesmerized by the videos.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Watching the tiger sharks munch away.
That's a term that's used a lot in Palau by all the divers. Every time we come up, wow, did you see that? Did you see that?
Right. But that's so fascinating. Your company started as a modest dive shop in a cargo container, but Neco Marine has grown into a leading locally owned dive operation in Palau with really, really deep roots in the community. But what narratives of heritage, resilience, and local ownership resonate the most with your retail and agent partners, especially those looking to offer a culturally authentic dive travel?
That's a good question.
Experience.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, that is a very good question. I think that although Neco has grown into what it is today, it started off as a mom and pop dive shop and always will be that.
Totally.
And like I said earlier, I'm third generation, but if you come and you hang around the dive shop enough, which I'm sure Gil was starting to realize, a lot of the staff, a lot of the people around are all my cousins, my relatives. It's truly an authentic, locally owned company. So my cousin is installing the engines. My uncles are driving the boats. My brother and my sister are also involved in management, and so it's really quite a big thing for us to all be involved in the company. And in Palau, for locals, tourism is the #1 industry. So looking and seeing my nieces and my nephews starting to get into diving is exciting for us to see the next generation starting to take over and be interested in the industry, because that's the future of the industry in Palau. And because of that, Neco Marine has been contributing to the education of the youth. There are programs that are funded by the Ministry of Education that we're in partnership with, where we're teaching high school students open water courses, trying to get them inspired to become the next generation of dive guides. And we also donate $1,000 every year to Palau Community College for hospitality courses. So we're really trying to make careers here rather than just sell Palau. We're also trying to invest back into the local community and get kids inspired to dive and to do this, to continue it on, because I think it's important for the livelihood of our economy. And I think when guests come, they can see that we're very authentically local. We also put on big community projects, such as the Etpison Cup, which is the biggest fishing derby in Palau. We also host the Micronesian Voyage Society trips, where I'm sorry, can you guys hear me? I'm hearing
Yeah,
a little bit of.
we can hear
hearing
just
okay.
fine. Hear just fine.
Okay. So we have the Micronesian Voyage Society, which my father is the president of. It's basically a course that goes on here in Palau where master navigators, traditional navigators, teach the community college students how to use the stars to navigate with using a traditional vessel. And they do trips to different islands like Yap. Their latest one was to Taiwan and back. And we host those trips, and they're always a big thing for the community. Lots of people come down and check it out. And I don't know if Gil, if you had the time to check out the Etpison Museum while you were here, but if
I didn't have the time. We drove by it one day, but I didn't have the time to go there. Yeah.
okay, but if
yeah.
next time for sure you have to come
Yeah,
check it out, because the Etpison Museum, we have a nonprofit museum with historical and cultural artifacts you can come and check out that shows a little bit of the history of Palau. There's a great gift shop over there as well. We have some translations that my mom's done with the help of the National Museum too, of some of the early voyagers who came to Palau from Germany, such as the Kuberi expedition and the Kramer expedition, that are translated from German to English with beautiful original illustrations that they drew of the time when they first discovered and came to Palau. So that's all great stuff. And I guess for the dive community, one thing I forgot to mention, which could be pretty interesting, is we have a Manta identification program, which is it's a database. My wife actually does the website for the database and updates it. She just updated it last night, actually, where anybody, any tour company or any diver can submit their photos of a manta belly in Palau that they've seen, and check on our website if it's a new manta or if it's a manta that's been spotted based on their belly pattern, because every manta has a unique signature pattern on their belly.
I didn't realize that. Wow.
So cool.
Like a fingerprint.
Yeah, so
It's just like whale
Yeah.
flukes, right? Yeah.
exactly. And the issue is with a lot of times with people who are trying to track sharks or mantas, they'll tag them, but this is a less invasive way. And if they already have a unique fingerprint, there's no reason for you to track a manta. You can just take a photo. So we've been tracking mantas, some of them who have been around Palau longer than I've been alive, that
Wow.
they've been taking photos of.
Oh,
So
it's fascinating.
if you want to check it out, you can check out Manta ID. Hold on, let me make sure I get the link correct. MantaIDPalau.org, I believe, is
Very cool.
the link.
Very cool. So ARC magazine has been very supportive of your operation in Palau. Thanks to our good friend here, Gil. When he was there, he spoke to, I guess, your mother, Mandy, and she supplied us with this beautiful photo that graced our July issue, and which, of course, is the digital goes all over the world. The printed version only goes here in the United States. And then Gil, in our August issue, did a dive shop guide to Palau for group travel, of which he mentioned you as well. So that's a good segue to Gil. From your experience, Gil, what makes Palau and Neco Marine perfect for a dive shop looking to book groups to Palau?
Good question. It's not a surprise because there's just so much I can say about the whole operation. And I was impressed from the first day we walked over from the Palau Royal Resort where we were staying, which is a block away. There's about a dozen things I could say about your operation. First, you have about 90 or 100 employees, right? And in the last article in Scuba Diving Industry Magazine, I did a review of all the major operations, dive shops. There were 5 or 6 large ones. Sam's Tours, Fish and Fins. Even in our hotel, we had, I think it was called Blue Marlin. And they were very small, but we were on our dock every day, right by our pool. And every morning, right on time at 8 or 8:30, whatever time you told us the night before, Arson would drive the boat over and the other boat would come. We'd get our 12 divers would get on the two boats, six
Wow.
to a boat, which is great because
Yeah,
some
wonderful.
operations would put 12 on a boat,
Right.
Totally.
and you'd take off every morning right on time. And of the other operations that I surveyed for the article, they had, some had 10 employees, some had 5 employees, some had 30 employees, 40 employees, but no one had your size or your experience, and that impressed us. The other thing that was great was the weather. I mean, you can't control the weather, but one of the reasons my group and I went to Palau is for pristine diving, and that includes 82 to 87 degree water every day, air temperature about 85, some winds, a little rain to cool it off, and the visibility ranged from 60 to 100 feet or more
Nice.
everywhere we
Wow.
went.
Isn't this video we're watching
Right.
you a combination of some of the places you were, Gil? Is that correct?
Yeah.
The video that's
That
been
was-
playing. Yeah.
And our crew, as I mentioned, Arson was our driver, who was terrific. He knows everyone on the island. And Jewel was our dive master, and he was wonderful. We were able, the first day we walked over there to get fitted and get our weight distribution right. And every night we left our gear on the boat, our wetsuits, our fins, our masks, and so on. And you took it back to your shop. You rinsed it in fresh water, you dried it out, and we got back the next day, and it was all there again.
Wow. How nice.
And our tanks, and I got Nitrox certified just for this trip. I had never been Nitrox certified, but I wanted to be as prepared as I was as everyone else in my group. So I did that, and my fills were between 32 and 3,500 PSI every day. Where other
Nice.
boats I've been on in other parts of the world,
Yeah. 2,800, 2,900. Right. Exactly.
2950,
Right.
but
Right.
it's consistently 32 to 35, so we could always take at least an hour dive. What else did I like? The concierge service. This is what I call, oops, got so excited, not my computer. All the people in my group were 60. There was one girl who was like 30, but everyone else was in their 60s and 70s, and even 80. So it was very convenient for us to be able to do a back roll from our seat on the boat instead of having to stand up
Yeah.
with our fins on and schlep all the way to the front of the boat or the back of the boat to do a giant stride. And that's very convenient when you have big tanks and a lot of weight. And the other thing I liked is when we finished the dive, we would grab the rope on the side of the boat, inch our way over to the side, and just before we got to the ladder, Arson or Jewel would reach over and grab our BCD and our tank and take it off
Wow.
us and bring it onto the boat. If you've ever had that kind of service, you're spoiled. I've seen a few operations do that recently on some of my trips to the Caribbean, but you're the first one in the Pacific who I've had the pleasure of having that done for. And that's so much easier to climb up onto the ladder after a long dive when you're fighting current. A couple of other things. For lunch every day, I mean, our package with Neco Marine and the Palau Royal included lunch from your drop-off restaurant where we ate dinner there. I think 6 of the 11 nights we were there because it was so good. The beer is local. We ate as a group every night. It's a real happy place, and it's funny. It's like going to Cheers. You walk in there, going, "Hey!" It was barracuda for the first time. I had sushi one night, pizza, a burger, fresh fried chicken. I mean, the food was great. The atmosphere was wonderful. The service was all local people. And then so for lunch, the night at the end of each day, we would be handed out a menu from our dive master. And he said, order, and there was like 10 or 12 things on there. Fresh fish lunch. These are all boxed lunches with fruit and salad and a sandwich of fresh fish or fresh grilled chicken or cheese or vegetables for vegetarians. But it was a full lunch every day, plus 2 bottles of water every day on the boat, fresh water. So the lunch was, and then the best part about lunch is they would take us to a private beach or a public beach that was its own little island. And after lunch, we could just go swimming or just lay in the water or just walk around. And the restrooms, beach, the only complaint I had is your boats didn't have heads. And
What's
They
that?
didn't-
Oh,
yeah.
bathrooms.
And,
Yeah.
and so I was told by Julie Finley, a friend of mine who's dived with you, when you're out on the water and you have to go, you raise your hand and say, "I have to check the current."
Yeah, no, that's true.
And we would unzip and go over to climb down the ladder. And if I went, then another person, usually 3 or 4 people would go. We'd get back and we'd go to the next destination.
That's
So
great. What an amazing
it was never
experience.
a question about, oh, you just went. And I was having a blast. I was going like every hour, but they didn't mind.
That's
They
so
didn't mind.
great, Gil. Thank you so much. And Iked, thank you so much for taking the time out of your morning to talk to us on the other side of the planet. And Gil, thank you again eternally for setting this up. And do you have one more closing comment, Gil?
Yeah. One more thing. The dive master on the other boat, it wasn't Arson, I forget his name, but he
dive master or boat
dive
operator.
master, not the driver.
Clayton.
Yeah, Clayton. Clayton was kind enough to be shooting video all week long. And at the end of the 8 days of diving,
Wow.
including our stop at Jellyfish, or not, we couldn't go to Jellyfish Lake, unfortunately, because the jellyfish had died. But the last day, you threw in a trip to the Milky Way and a 17th dive for us, which was very kind. But he was shooting video all week long, and he edited it down to about 4 minutes. And then anyone who had a thumb drive, he would load that on there for free.
Actually, I'm sorry, that's my cousin Ivy.
The Ivy, yeah.
So
That
the
was
video,
Ivy, yeah.
the video we
But
were
he was
watching in the vertical
that.
format was that video.
Yeah. Now the
Oh,
places
that's
I've been, even for like one dive in Australia, if you wanted to buy the video, it was $75 or $100.
Right.
But he gave this video.
That was so generous.
Wow.
Every diver who wanted one.
That's
So that was
amazing.
another reason I highly recommend your
Well, thanks again for both of
Thank
you. This has been a fabulous show. Britton, who's lined up next on deck?
Right. So our next show's guest is going to be one of our regular writers, Dr. Alex Brilski, speaking about his unique consulting company, Ocean Education International. So stay tuned for that. It should be a great show.
Boy, I agree. I can't wait to hear from Alex. He's really unique in our industry and teaches a program that Iked, something you might want to consider looking into, but he teaches instructors and dive staff how to understand the reef and communicate the environment to their customers in terms of briefings and so on. It's a very unique perspective. He's a former course director, but is a PhD in marine biology and has a program that's just amazing. I've worked with Alex over the years, so that's going to be a great show. Now, our other show, From Behind the Counter, which is a retailer to retailer podcast, we have somebody coming up, a special guest.
That's right. So our next guest in our series From Behind the Counter are going to be Charlotte and Beto from Diverston in Cairns, Australia. And as I recall, you know them very well. From
Very
the
well.
Bahamas
Yeah,
days.
they're good
So
friends.
Stay tuned for that. It should be a great interview.
So anything last closing comments you'd like to say, both of you?
I'd like to say thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to be on the show. And I hope that you will come down and dive with us at Neco Marine sometime.
Well, thank you. How do you say goodbye in Palauian? Palauan or whatever you say.
Maru.
Mau-
It's
Maru.
Maru. Maru.
Maru.
Yeah.
Gil?
Can I add one thing?
Sure.
Well,
Absolutely.
And your mother has agreed to participate in Blue Friday. The day
Oh,
after
nice. Nice.
So
Nice.
That's
I'll be
amazing.
in touch with you about that.
So for those that don't know
Okay.
what Blue Friday is, for 2 seconds, it's a
That's right.
instead of going shopping
Don't
after
shop.
Thanksgiving, which is called Black Friday in the United States, other
That's
countries
right.
don't have the same kind of thing, but concept's solid. And that is on that Friday, go diving instead of shopping. I love it. And Gil was very much a mastermind behind that, along with was the gentleman over at Marin, Marin Scuba.
Ken Carter from my dive.
Yes, absolutely. So brilliant thinking. Thanks again, everybody. Till next time, that's going to do our show for today, Britton.
That's right.
So we'll see y'all under the boat.
That's right.